its kind. The first dome
Anywhere and everywhere, folks. Welcome back to Dome, the number one greatest comedy, freestyle, rap, hip-hop, blah-bitty-blop on YouTube and the world. Really, not just YouTube. There's probably some Chinese apps that got us on there. Number one. Dome number one. We got David.
What up?
And I'm Alex. And if you like what you hear at the end of this episode, just cruise on over to the Patreon. Drop us a little $5. You can hear some more. It's good stuff.
Patreon.com/Dome and bamfomania. And if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe because we need that.
Desperately. I went on a bike ride this morning, and it was a very foggy. Did you catch any fog in Inglewood?
There was fog.
Incredibly foggy, like I could really only see like maybe 30 feet in front of me.
And you didn't have the flashlight.
No, but the flashlight isn't going to do anything.
It doesn't help? Okay, never mind.
Come on, man. Have you ever driven in the fog?
Well, yeah, the light kind of helps you.
I find that the light makes it worse.
Because it just reflects it back on
right. you. Right. And if I'm not mistaken, there are like fog lights or whatever you could use instead. But the fog was plentiful, but I made the mistake of riding out with my glasses. I should have just put my contacts in. Because now, what is fog? David?
It's just water.
It's just suspended little microscopic particles of water. So I'm getting just little tiny, luckily I can ride with no handlebars. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's weird.
Oh!
All right. I don't know how to make it stop.
It's like the whole beat.
All right.
At super speed.
We're going to do a little break. All right, we're back. Sorry about that, folks. I am an asshole. So I'm riding a bike.
Foggy ride, wet face.
Wet beard. And what I'm noticing.
Wet back?
He said it, folks. I'm touching the moisture in my beard and I'm rubbing it together like you would. And it's not water. Like it's not rubbing.
It's like cum.
It's like making my hands sticky like maybe cum would, but not as sticky as cum, thankfully. But I'm noticing that this isn't your run-of-the-mill water that I'm covering in, that I'm breathing in, that I'm inhaling. Which brings me to my next point here. You might recall when it's a foggy day in LBC, you ride on your bike and you gotta feel free. And if you're wearing glasses, the suspended particles of water are gonna fog up your ass.
Catch me on my bike into LBC. Going for a ride, yeah, I'm just cruising. Really enjoying the mist and the fog. In my face, yeah, I'm falling in a bog.
Falling in a bog and I'm falling in love with riding my bike, flying high like a dove. Yeah, I'm over in LBC doing drugs. Yeah, all the homeless people, yeah, they showing me love.
Yeah, I'm jealous, cause riding a bike is the bestest thing you can do, asbestos. In the fog and me are not enjoying it when I breathe.
And it was really cold, but the bike warmed me up. When you start real cold and they get heated up,
Yep.
It's a nice little thing. Yeah, it doesn't suck when you're riding on your bike, when you're riding in a truck.
You ain't out of luck driving a truck.
You might remember, so I've had these glasses for almost 10 years now, and they were, when you buy glasses brand new, something that you can't see is there's this invisible film that they're coated in to prevent glare. And over the years, some glasses it'll start to flake off and shit. And I know that you noticed this because you pointed it out to me before. They're like, your glasses are covered in shit. And that's what it was. Like my glasses look like an ashy skin or whatever. I'm able to wear them and see through it because when it's that close to your eyeballs, it's not that big of a deal. It still kind of seems like you're wearing dirty glasses.
Yeah.
Though.
But when you're rocking dirty windshields, dirty glasses for a while, you kind of adapt.
And I've been trying to figure out a way to get rid of this film, like some sort of method. And apparently,
the fog did it.
If you soak them in isopropyl alcohol for 24 hours, it will. If you soak them in isopropyl alcohol for 24 hours, you can rub it off or whatever. But thank you for skipping ahead a bit in the story for me. The fog managed to get it done. I was taking a break and wiping. I'm noticing the flaking. It's coming right off. So what isopropyl alcohol would do in 24 hours,
this fog did
instantly. Well, maybe 45 minutes. of
That's
being
no
coated
good.
in it. I'm breathing this shit in, and it's covered. I got to take a shower later.
It's just like that Long Beach dock vibe is can't be good. Like nobody gets in the we all residents of Long Beach know to not get in the water. There's like boats and cranes and all of this shit in the water. There's signs at the pier that say don't eat these fish that you catch in here. Like it's
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
I think I've seen those signs.
It'd be funny if the fish were like, if it's like obvious, like here's the fish you can eat, and it's a beautiful little fish, like ahi, tuna, whatever. And then it's like, don't eat this, and it's like the ugliest fish.
The fish from Futurama.
It's some three-eyed fish or whatever. It's got the lantern in the front. You know those nasty looking fish. You see those monstrous looking fish.
Well, I also heard that, dude. I was at this steakhouse.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Those fish, they don't look like they can close their mouths. Their teeth are so like. Is that evolution?
Oh, so big, such big teeth.
You've seen those fish, right? Those.
It's like where the original underbite comes from. Like, is from a fish.
I'm gonna pull one up. I think they're called like lantern fish.
Yeah, it's like the scary fish scene in Finding Nemo. It's that giant fish with a light in front of. Oh, damn! Yeah, there you go.
Well,
no, that's not. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Anglerfish is what I'm looking for. I just feel like if I was an anglerfish in a past life, I'd be stabbing myself in the mouth constantly trying to eat.
Well, I think those teeth seem like they might tuck in on the inside of the lip. So once you get up there, they neatly tuck into the inside of the lip.
Have you seen like apparently like camels can just eat cactuses?
Oh, because they're just like they have like hard ass mouths.
Yo, I got a hard-ass mouth, I'm a damn camel. I'm eating this motherfucking cactus like an animal. That's it, yo, the pokies, they don't stick. Yo, it's in my mouth and this cactus is delicious.
You wouldn't believe I'm watching camels eating cacti. Yeah, and I can't do that, my guy. I might rather sip a Mai Tai before eating cactus. Yeah, that's a fact, bitch.
Yeah, it's a fact. This cactus is too sharp. I put it in my mouth and you know it's too much for me to handle, bro. It's like, I'm not Mr. Beast, yo. I'm not an animal.
Munching on a cactus till my lips are flaccid. Yeah, I don't want to do this. I'm passive. When it comes to munching on cacti, it's not fly. It's not my favorite thing to do on a Saturday.
I got some cactuses. I passed it to my friend and he's a masochist, so he put it in and he started chewing it and I was like, damn, that's not cool and shit. And he was like, yeah, I'm bleeding from my mouth, bitch.
Oof, I don't want to chew, dude, on this cactus or two.
One thing I noticed of when Mr. Beast was eating the cactus.
No, L.A. Beast.
L.A. Beast. Fuck.
Hate Mr. Beast.
I know Mr. Beast sucks ass compared to the LA Beast.
He's so lame.
I hate that they have that thing in common with the name.
Yeah, that the Beast is in there
because he's so not a beast. You know what I mean?
He's the opposite.
LA Beast
is a beast.
Is totally a beast.
Mr. Beast is like the.
But you call him Mr. Bitch, am I right? That's what I'm saying, folks.
There's a dumb video.
They've been getting hella heat, Mr. Beast and his gay ass crew of losers.
For what?
I mean, they're incredibly wealthy and
gay,
arguably winning. But you haven't heard of the Lunchly bullshit? They're trying to make their own Lunchable.
Oh, like with more protein or something like that.
Yeah, whatever.
But it's like
you've already fallen for their marketing.
You know what? My fucking stepchild told me about it. But apparently,
it's got more electrolytes.
That's what it is.
That's what we're calling sodium these days.
But apparently, they're like, there's fucking lead in there or some shit, or like it's bad for you.
Well, there's recently there was a mold scandal. Like a bunch of them were delivered to grocery stores full of mold, and people were doing like Lunchly taste tests on YouTube and getting mold. So immediately hit with a horrible PR thing. But it's almost like that crew is just all bad PR. Like it's because it's KSI, Logan Paul, or Jake. I'm not sure which.
I think it's Logan.
Logan, and then the Mr. Beast. And I just obviously there's. Like you said, your stepchild is into these people. I'm wondering, like, should you be hitting this kid for liking this?
Well, I think he doesn't follow them directly. He just encounters info about them from other YouTubers who report on. It's just like insane.
Is
How
it a social thing? Like if he doesn't bring a Lunchly to school, he's gonna if he shows up with a Lunchable and they're all eating Lunchly.
Yeah, I don't know. We there's no Lunchleys in our house.
I was gonna say like I never had a Lunchable growing up.
Yeah, me neither. That's like my mom always like packed me homemade shit.
I had friends who had Lunchables, and what's funny is they were like the wealthier friends, but I would still argue that I was eating a better lunch at the end of the day.
Yeah. No, you were enjoying better food. Lunchable is just like a status thing.
I was also never really jealous of the Lunchables. There were some times
It's like no food in there.
I was jealous of the ones that had the little. Sometimes they come with a little tiny box of Nerds.
Yeah, so like of the processed candy, yeah, but like in my eyes, the Lunchable is not enough food. My mom used to pack me a big ass sandwich.
Of course, in your eyes.
My mom would pack me like half a baguette, fucking gabagool in there, just like slices of provolone.
Puts a whole damn charcuterie board in your
Yeah,
lunchbox.
dude, I was pulling up to school eating so much food. Dude, have you seen the back to the Mr. Beast thing? There's a clip of Mr. Beast. Have you seen this Brazilian like rapper singer who's in the street singing a cappella and then he does the rhythm with his hands? You know what I'm talking about?
Well, I've seen a bunch of videos of that genre where homeless man.
No. So there's
sings.
this one dude who's currently going viral doing it on like perfect rhythm, and it's like beautiful. And then for some reason,
Mr. Beast is there.
There's one of these where Mr. Beast is in the video, and like usually the video is sick and inspiring because the guy is killing it. But in this video, Mr. Beast is just standing next to him with his arms crossed, bobbing his head.
He's like, I gave 1,000 Brazilians vocal cords.
Yo, you know what's funny is he's always like flexing like Mr. Beast philanthropy and all that. He has to do that to not pay $1 bazillion in taxes.
Or I think it's almost like a buffer. Really, people can't say you're that shitty if you can say you gave a bunch of people sight, you see? Yeah, you might not see. And you show up in Mr. Beast and he does some operations on your corny.
That motherfucker Mr. Beast, he walking around and he's cooking up the yeast. And he's doing nice things at least, so you won't hate him directly. Yo, that's the nicest thing.
Yeah, he might hire sex offenders and weird creeps, but if you look at his past, it's pretty neat. He's got, he's so much fucking charity, yeah. And you know, he's building houses in Haiti.
Building houses in Haiti, yeah. He's like, watch this, please don't hate me, cause I'm helping peeps all around the globe. Yeah, kissing on your earlobe.
Kissing on your earlobe, Mr. Beast, with you please. Yo, I would like to see a epic rap battle of history between the LA and the Mister. That would be great, yo. I would fucking hit her.
Damn, I think that beat was from last week.
That's on you, dog.
Like I went to Piper Beats and I accidentally used the same beat again.
Shout out Piper Beats.
Fucking, he's the best, dude. He makes me want to sing.
Yeah, let's hope he never copyright claims his beats.
Dude, we had a problem last week where I got an email being like, "There's copyright material found in your episode," and it was like an old episode, and they were like, "This is gonna get taken down." And then one of the guys that listens was hitting me up. Is like, "Are you guys having a problem with the show?" And I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "I'm getting notifications about old episodes like being uploaded," and I was like, "What?" And then I thought maybe shit was like taken down briefly for copyright and then automatically re-upload. I don't know what happened, dude.
It is weird. It also, I feel like that just comes with the territory of using these YouTube beats because we've gotten it hit from there before.
On YouTube, not on like, this is on the podcast app, like on Spotify for podcasts.
I assume they have some sort of similar thing with that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We're gonna have to eventually make all of our own beats.
Well, I feel like we have enough. We've had enough producers on that we could get some without any trouble.
We'll get there. Did you hear fucking McDonald's had a fucking E. coli outbreak?
Yes, and what's funny is I read that and I had just eaten McDonald's.
I ate McDonald's today.
You ate after reading it.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, okay, I can't eat McDonald's until this is figured out anymore, but I do have some in me gestating currently, and I might wake up with E. coli. You read that and were just like, To the victor goes the spoils.
I thought maybe they would have a crazy deal today.
The E. coli special.
E. coli clearance. That's what I call my diarrhea.
That is good. Apparently it's the onions that are causing it.
Well, I think it primarily happened in like somewhere in Nebraska and Colorado, maybe. Like it was only in 2 states.
But the where they get their onions is California, so that makes me think they got to be here too. We just haven't gotten it yet.
I didn't eat onions today. I only ate sausage McMuffins.
Right. So you're probably good. And I'm pretty sure they were taking like the double cheeseburgers I might have ate yesterday might not have had onions on them.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I think they were taking the onions off the menu.
Oh, so like they're already. I mean, obviously they're taking precautions at this point. They're making shit work for the. That's the thing. Like this shit happens every now and then. You gotta fucking crack a few eggs to make an omelet. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like when the fucking our water main in Long Beach broke, and people were like, "Look, you got to boil water now." We need shit like this to keep us on our toes and remind us that we actually live on a planet Earth and not just some perfect society.
No, you're right. I always have this problem in my head where I think about businesses not being sustainable. Like I always think, how the fuck are we just endlessly manufacturing stuff, selling it, buying it, and then making trash, and then getting like there's a level of shit occurring in a cycle over and over again that feels unsustainable. And it's the same thought I have in like a sales job. You're like, eventually you've sold to every person alive, right? Like there comes a point where you're just like, there's no more people to sell to. But that's actually not true, because every day, like a new person fucking hates their company that they buy from, and now they want somebody new. Or every day, like the day that we moved here and we switched from the AT&T internet to some other company. That's the day that some sales guy got to sell you an internet plan, and that day he felt like the man. But if he had a bad mindset, he probably wouldn't have sold you shit, my good friend.
I manifested this group of little kids to move places so I could get them some internet. That's right, and they will not regret the awesome deal that I offered them. Oh shit.
And every day, thousands move, and they fucking need internet, dude. So that's why you gotta fucking dial 992 and see if they can get up, dude.
What, are you gonna watch YouTube on your Wi-Fi? No, you're not. You're gonna be on like your 5G. That's why I gonna go over here and you're gonna buy internet from me and I'll install it, dear.
Hopefully I can get the industry leader, which starts with a T, and then I'll have that 5G mobily so I can fucking watch videos, my G.
I'm already moved on to 6G. That's what I need. Do it quickly.
But yeah, it feels like how is McDonald's just like constantly?
Can you do me a favor and get a little more lower profile with your mic?
Oh, I'm too high.
No, that one, my guy. Yeah.
Shit is tight, and then I'll tilt it up. You're a smart man.
Yeah. I was just noticing your whole face is finna be covered.
I just feel like, how is McDonald's like selling so much shit to so many people regularly and managing the amount of fucking waste that they're producing? It's a lot, dude.
How much you want to bet they got some sneaky system going on with their waste management? You know, like they're over here, they're doing something.
Tony Soprano handles their waste management?
No, I mean, maybe there's like a pit underneath all the McDonald's, and they're just sort of like slide it all. It's kind of a under the carpet situation. Also, if you live near the water, you can just sort of dump it, like Dave Matthews Band. You ever heard that?
No.
There was in like the mid 2000s or something, the Dave Matthews Band tour bus emptied their waste tank while on a bridge in Chicago, and it just dumped right into the Chicago River. Here's the thing. It didn't just dump right into the Chicago River. There was a boat of tourists going underneath it. And yeah, they all got covered in Dave Matthews shit. That's a real thing that happened.
That's crazy, dude. And I feel like if you're doing some illegal shit like that, you should be paying attention to whether or not there are boats coming by. Like,
I wonder if it's a process that once it's started, like you can't stop it. Maybe
it's like actually shitting.
Yeah. And they're like, oh shit, there's a boat coming.
I'm already going.
Or maybe the boat was already underneath, and they thought they looked on one side of the bridge, they looked on the other, like, we're clear.
You're right. Man, those people had a bad day. I heard that getting shit on is good luck, but it's only if you get shit on by a bird.
And it's got to be like a Chinese bird.
One of those samurai birds.
They call them good luck birds.
You see
samurai birds.
Sorry,
it's Japanese, my guy. Come on.
One of those kung fu birds. You see Rogan.
That's also. Oh no, that's Chinese.
Had Trump on.
I saw that.
Finally, it happened.
Rogan gets Trump, but Tim Dillon just gets JD Vance.
Fucking lame, dude.
No, all my the woke comedians that I think are funny are pissed off at all of the edgy comedians that I think are funny, because they're having these alt-right people on their podcast. Because Legion of Skanks had like Tucker Carlson on a few weeks
but like
ago,
Tucker, I don't think that's a problem, because Tucker's just like an independent wild card who did some damage.
No, he's totally alt-right conservative. There's no independent wild card thing.
Right, but he's not like, I don't think he has a specifically conservative agenda anymore. He's just like doing his own thing. I don't think he benefits from anybody ending up in office. He's just like trying to get more views and like whatever. And yeah, he has his opinions and he's conservative, but I don't think he's like Trump is straight up actually going to be in office and going to affect, people's lives. And fucking Andrew Schultz and Rogan and Theo Vaughn are all like bringing him on to get more views. Like, they're getting more views out of him, and then they're helping him get the word out.
Yeah, but it's still, I would argue that as far as a matter of opinion is concerned, at least tilt the mic down.
I'm going to.
Do something that you see where the camera lens is. Try and make see what I'm doing here.
I'm just like having to like tilt down more, and it's
wherever
hard.
You could maybe tilt this towards you. Yeah, something like that.
Okay. It just feels weird down here.
Doesn't look that weird. Feels weird down here. Yo, we need some alt-right comedians up in here. Yo, we're gonna interview Adam Coro. Gonna interview Theo Vaughn.
Yo, fuck that fucker Andrew Schultz. Yo, his haircut makes me wanna revolt. Yo, I used to love his jokes, but now he just laughs at his Indian foe.
But what's even more cringe than all of that is the other side being like, yo, I wish they would die, and complaining that Shane Gillis likes fucking Trump and shit. Yo, who gives a fucking shit?
Obviously, it's all irrelevant, because it doesn't really matter who is president. You still gonna have to pay hella tax and go be a fucking slave at Job Max.
And it sucks because some are funny, and then they go over here trying to gatekeep, and I'm like, yo, that shit is lame, you see.
Yeah, like, despite what, Corbin Butler might have tried to push his agenda on here, but despite that, I'm just kidding, Corbin, it's all a fucking illusion, you know what I'm saying? Like, whoever ends up in office, they all fucking pro-Israel, and then there's an abortion issue, and then being fucking gay. At the end of the day, like, fucking BlackRock owns all the real estate in the country. You and I are still going to fucking be doing this podcast. The Israelis are going to take everything except, I actually, my family's okay in Palestine. Good news.
Oh, that's nice.
But
I didn't realize that you still had people over there.
What needs to happen is that there needs to be it can't be a two-party system. This is obviously, people have heard this before from some libertarian, but there needs to be a different way of doing things that allows you and I to vote for whoever we want at any given time. Like, I know that right now, like, if You vote for the fucking Rutro.
If you vote for the Mystery Machine Party,
if you vote for if you vote for the Libertarian person, or if you vote for RFK Jr., or if you vote for anybody other than
it was Joe Biden in a mask this entire time,
and I would have got away with it too. If you vote for any of those people, you're wasting your vote, right? Because it's either Trump or Kamala, and we're not gonna vote. I'm not voting. Fuck your ass, because that shit came in the mail.
I don't care how many fucking bullshit mailers you give me.
Stop
like,
mailing me stuff. I hate getting, like, when I get a thing about voting in the mail, it's like getting a thing from Amex being like, you're pre-qualified. If I'm pre-qualified, why do I still need to apply?
I'm pre-qualified for you to suck this dick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro.
No, dude, I fucking hate it when people are like, you need to vote. It's your, like...
there's also the people who are like, if you don't vote, you don't get to complain or whatever. Like,
oh my god. Oh my god.
That doesn't even make any sense.
I'm gonna like, I'm never gonna own a home unless my dad dies and leaves it to me, and it doesn't matter who's president. Mm-hmm. So unless one of these motherfuckers is like, we're making houses fucking half price, then I don't care. Israel's getting whatever the fuck they want out of either of y'all, I can't buy a house. We're not voting
for Zionists. That's the bottom line here, folks.
They're all fucking Zionists. That's the thing.
Here's the thing: if they were giving all their money to Palestine too, I wouldn't want to vote for them either.
I'd be like, that's irresponsible.
That's a little crazy.
Giving your money to terrorists?
Chill, bro. They're both terrorists. Come on,
dude. That's funny. The Palestinians were given a ton of money, and then it just fucking went to
halal cards. Sorry.
Damn, dude.
I had to go somewhere with that. I don't know.
That's hella racist.
Whatever, dude. You called them terrorists.
I know, but
that's worse than what I did.
I can say it. Right, and I also used the fucking Latino slur earlier in the show.
Granted, you were referring to my actual damp posterior.
Dude, way to not use any of the words. What else did I have? I had something on something else.
Oh man. You were just in Texas, and you said that you were like, I assume that those are real coworker hours.
Yeah. No.
And I imagine that's like every time I'm in a situation like that where I have to spend time with people who, live a more normal, have a more normal situation, but a little more stability going on, and maybe care about different things. Yeah. Sometimes I'll have some interesting takes. I don't know if anything like that happened to you.
Well, there's a thing that happened where there's multiple people that were in, like, there's this classroom that we're in, and like we're learning about whatever the fuck software that we need to use. And there's this thing that happens where, like, in that setting, I end up coming across as a dick, because I'm trying to be funny a lot of the time, and it works. And a lot of people I was killing a lot of the time, but there's these like people who aren't self-aware and they think they're funny, and then they'll say something and it's not actually funny, but they're like, ha ha, hand on their tummy, fucking wailing, thinking it's hilarious. But to me, that behavior is precarious.
And I'm looking at him like, I guess this is the part where I laugh now, so I should do that. But oh wow, it's so hard. My bodily functions, I'm like, I can't do that. I can't force the
I'm at a point in my existence where fake laughing is not an option. It's just persistence, having to sit there with a fake grin so that I can, like, associate myself with him.
Yeah, it's rough times when you gotta put on a smile and it's all lies. And you look in his eyes and he can tell, and that his feelings are hurt, and it's hurt more because honestly you should have just been honest, nerd.
There comes a point where you're getting laughs out of pointing out that what another person said didn't get laughs. Like I started.
Well, that is kind of dickish.
It was so brutal. I did it multiple times and it was ruthless, but it killed. So like I would be, because there's like the funny guy in the room wars, where like there's three of us who are like have funny tendencies, But I'm obviously the funniest one there. These are all got a bunch of normal dudes.
Oh, you're saying you're not going to start a podcast with these guys?
These guys are all normal dudes without a podcast. I'm constantly killing, and then they're killing every now and then, but it's not like real. You know what I'm saying? It's like fake. The dummies in the class laugh. When I kill, it's like a real pop, and then sometimes they'll say something, and it'll get a pity laugh, and then I'll be like, that wasn't funny. And then that'll pop so hard because of how awkward the not funny thing, pity laugh thing happened. And then it begins to create resentment between you and that person. And then at one point, one of the dudes that was doing that was not being funny, and then I would call him out on it, was also wearing a cheap suit. And so I straight up was like, he said something not funny and it got crickets. And I go, cool suit, bro. And then that fucking crushed. And
yeah, dude, you're roasting. You're roasting these fools, man.
I know, but it was so great, dude. It was so fucking.
Of course, they're gonna resent you.
I was so. He was like, everybody hated him. So,
cheap suit is rough.
Yeah, no, it's like no tie, just like suit with like a t-shirt underneath. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
That's the thing. I technically own a suit. I haven't worn it in years, but I don't.
Suits are gay, unless you're fucking like a clean ass fucking rich like person who like needs to be taken seriously at like a business thing. I get that. But if you're just some goofball at a pyramid scheme convention, I guess trying to look legitimate,
there's like a part of me that wishes I was some clean guy at some rich convention.
Okay, but
that needed respect.
There's the suit looks like a disguise. If you're not man enough for the suit.
You're right. I would look out of place in the suit. They'd see me in the suit and they'd be like, what is this motherfucker doing in this suit?
No, I can tell that you're not a suit person.
Get this guy in a graphic tee.
The suit it looks like a fucking Halloween costume. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of times where I see like young dudes.
It's like when you see a guy wearing a suit for his trial.
Yeah, it's like too big. There's like
he's like got face tattoos.
Yeah, I'm like
wearing a suit.
I'm like, you obviously this isn't the attire that you should be wearing based on the person.
You're trying to look sympathetic here.
Yeah, no, exactly, dude. Like you can't outsuit the person you are. You have to become the man that deserves the suit.
That whole sympathy, wearing something that is sympathetic thing in court is so funny to me. Recently, there was this case where a 14-year-old girl murdered her mother and tried to kill her stepdad, and it was because she got caught like smoking weed or something. She's obviously a bratty little bitch.
Yeah.
And then they bring her into the fucking courtroom, and she's dressed like an Amish woman. And it's like, no, dude, this little whore killed her mom.
Yeah, dude.
What are you for being caught smoking weed?
Damn, dude. What's funny is if I could go back, I would not smoke weed as a child. I smoked way too much weed prior to being 18.
No, it does. It stunts your mental development.
No, and that makes total sense. I'm a straight up retard.
Right, you're like a living, breathing 14-year-old.
I read a page of a book 7 times before I understand it.
Yeah, but you really understand it.
Yeah, at that
after
point,
that 7th time,
I know it more than the author. But it's like I even told my aunt this when I was in Texas just now. I was like, you should have sat me down and fucking told me what to do, like this and that. And she was like, we did. You didn't listen. Like looking back, and this is obviously shoulda, coulda, woulda. Yeah, you know me. Yeah, I'm smoking on the wood, bruh. And I wish I hadn't when I was a youngin'. Yeah, you know, see the butt and stick my thumb in.
See the butt, stick my thumb in. Yeah, I was onto something when I was kid. I was not fucking smoking and I wasn't fucking drinking because I was forspoken, listening to God and honoring the wisdom.
Wish someone would have told me to put the marijuana on hold so that my brain could have been more bold. And instead now, as an old man, I sound fucking sold.
What's wild is I didn't like to get high because I figured I'd go to hell when I die. But that was not enough for you to not smoke the stuff. That's kinda rough, yo, you were dumb as fuck.
I thought, okay, but I'm gonna go to hell, but I have these tendencies in my body as well, and I also wanted to rebel because my mom was fucking dumb and gone.
Yo, catch me in hell with a real skunky smell. Yeah, I rolled it with a page of you know what as well.
Like I went to like youth group once, high, and the pastor's wife was like, "Oh, your eyes are red," and I was like, "Oh, I got allergies," and like other people in the youth group like laughed because they knew I was high, and like I didn't think that was like a big deal. I was like, "Oh, like I didn't really resonate that that behavior was actually bad." I just thought that like adults
That's funny.
in church
I
were
also
lame.
I also legitimately thought like that it was something that bad people did. Like smoking weed was for criminals.
Yeah.
And so then one day I caught my mom smoking weed, and whoo, I made her feel bad about that shit, bro. I was crying like a little bitch, being like, I can't believe you would do this.
Damn,
you're not supposed to do this.
That's
it's
so
a
funny.
sin.
Oh my God. No, I was like, I had bad tendencies as a child. Like I couldn't help myself. And I always thought that, and my parents were always judgmental of people from church when we went home. They'd be like, this person's fake. This person's whatever. It's like the Arab in them. They can't help but like be judgmental. So then I developed that thing where I was like, oh, all these white people are fucking being goofy and fake and all that shit. And like, and then when I went to Catholic school, my mom was always like, oh, don't believe the religious stuff they say. And I was like, okay, well, if their religious stuff is wrong and we can write it off, but they think it's right, then how come I don't just write off what we're saying?
It's interesting that there wasn't Protestant Christian available, like a schooling system available.
No, in Spain it's all fucking Catholic.
That makes sense. That tracks. But also, like, I think there'd be at least one.
There was some like foreign schools there that you could go to, but it, like you straight up like became ostracized and
It's like missionary shit.
No good, bro. There was like a British school there that I could have gone to, but that shit would have been totally weird. And I guarantee you, and it wasn't Christian.
Oh,
it was like secular. That's where you get into real shit. Dude. You're
Yeah.
fucking girls and shit at that point.
although this is one thing I've noticed, because a lot of the a lot of people who stick with Christian education end up leaving because they learn so much that it's like, oh fuck,
it kicks you out.
a
Yeah.
lot of the people I grew up with that ended up going to like secular universities and colleges instead of sticking with the Christian education like they were in high school, ended up staying devout Christians.
They got to be martyrs at their
yeah.
at their
There
colleges.
is that. Like you have this in the same way that there was this precedent set for you at this Catholic school being like, hey, don't listen to this, and so you didn't. That is set for these people going into a secular school being like, hey, they're going to tell you about evolution and shit. Just don't worry about it. Just do your homework. It's fine.
Yeah.
That is told to them. So they have this thing in the back of their head the whole time, keeping their faith.
Yeah, it's
Now,
the expectation.
When that is not placed on you when you go into a Christian education from Christian education, and then you learn so much and you're supposed to believe it.
Yeah.
And then so.
Well, no, I think if we were just intellectually dumber, then we probably would have just been able to like not look into things as much. But then the moment the weed comes into play, and then you're too smart to like keep like phoning in your life, and you're like, okay, obviously there's a bunch of shit here that doesn't make like the rules of a school combined with like the all lovingness of a God. Like, oh, if you don't go to chapel 3 times a week, you got to write a paper. Like that kind of shit is what made me insanely furious. Where I was like, yo, these concepts are antithetical. God loves me, but I can't miss chapel once a week. Get the fuck out of here. This is stupid. That's straight up why one of the reasons I didn't get my degree immediately.
I wouldn't be surprised if you've been to more like sermons and services than at least at the point where 10 years ago. At that point, you might have attended more services and sermons than your own parents and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to like at least 2 or 3 a week.
No. And then even when I was a kid, when we would go to churches, and I mean, we're getting too into the weeds here with the religious stuff. I'll stop after this. We used to go to churches in the summer. And you know, yeah, that shit, it was a bummer. Whipping around a pastor in a fucking Hummer. Yeah, you know, the whole summer.
I had youth group on Wednesday nights in church on Sunday, and on Thursdays we had chapel at school. It wasn't fun, hey, but yo, then I went to college, bro, and we had chapel like every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, yo, and it was, I gotta go.
On top of that, you joined some goofy men's group. Doing Bible study, not cool. Yeah, we hanging out on weekends doing Christian things. Yeah, you know, and on Sunday, then the pastor sings.
I'm at this men's group, we lifting, it's the truth. We camping, yeah, it's true. We fishing, fishes of men. Oh my God, yeah, I'm him. Yeah, oh my lamb. Yeah, Lamb of God. We are shepherds.
And then Paul changed his name to Saul. Oh, he changed one letter? No, there was this thing that we did in the summers where my parents would go like raise money from these mega churches, and these big churches have like 3-4 services and then like one fucking Saturday night, and we would go to all of them. And then I noticed the pastor doing the same thing at each one, and I was like, wait, it's like when you see a comedy show multiple times. You're like, wait, this isn't organic.
You're running the same bits?
This is all the same shit. And like I literally saw the pastor, or I would go to the Sunday school class 3 times in a row, to the point where like the lady that's teaching the Sunday school class, I'd be like, yeah, I get it. And then this, and it was just like, it made everything seem staged. And I was like, oh, this is all a fucking facade. But you know,
I would if I were the pastor, I'd be recycling them sermons for sure. I might only have 1 year of sermons that I just...
Yeah, you're on rotation.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully they forget this by next Easter.
Yeah, how about this? How about the pastor that says, you know, I was at the grocery store looking at the oranges, and then I thought, we're like oranges because we're all different shapes and sizes, but at the end of the day, we're all fruit.
We're all fruit, and we're all beautiful. And the other day I was driving and I saw a bird, and it was crossing the road, and it was struggling to cross the road. So I pulled over, and I could see that the bird, it was blind. And so I went up to the bird, and I picked it up, and it was in my hands, and it died in my hands. And that just shows you the love of God, I guess. I don't know. That was a real story that was told.
Jesus.
That was a thing. There was an anecdote about a pastor of mine at a blind bird dying in his hands, and I was like, what does this have to do with God?
No, yeah, it's just it's read into anything 2.0 and fucking play the piano by the middle of the story. And by
that is a skill, though. If you can do mood piano for church,
yeah, dude,
that's like kind of a thing. I bet you could probably do that.
Oh, I could do that. I was trying to do that just now with the thing. I just didn't have a piano. I did it with my voice.
Damn, dude, get a piano over here. That'd be kind of sick, right? If you could just do mood. Anytime someone goes off on a story,
just start doing
mood piano.
No, yeah. I mean, it's literally the baseline of every motivational YouTube video is mood piano. And then fucking...
You're watching too many motivational YouTube videos, bro.
I know, dude, but how else am I going to get out of my own head?
You got to watch, like... I know that you do watch, like, motivational scenes in movies, but you need to watch motivational scenes in movies that are, like, unintentionally motivational. Like when John Wick takes the sledgehammer and bashes open the cement in his basement to get his guns. I'm just like, woo, yeah, let's go. Yeah. It's one of those things. And have you watched Rebel Ridge yet?
No, not yet.
Bro, about fucking 26 minutes into that movie, you get introduced to the PACE procedure, and shit gets badass. At that point, you're like, woo, let's go.
No, I gotta wait for my fucking stepkid to fucking leave again. Before we start watching.
You could watch that with your stepkid.
Oh, he can handle that?
Yeah.
I thought it was from the creator of fucking Green Room.
Yeah, but it might take you by surprise. It is like, it's super size in the suspenseful shit, but low key it is not that violent.
Oh, so it's like a one-fit-all size. Yeah, you know, I'm watching it with young guys, and they can all handle it. Because it's suspenseful, but it's not scary as shit.
Nah, yeah, no, it's not that violent. Yo, it's just kind of badass and intelligent. And, you know, it's got some shit that's trying to incept.
Rebel Ridge, something that I might watch later with my kids. Yeah, I'm looking super excited that I get to do this. It's fortunate.
It's a rebellion on Netflix, yo. They got the platform too, and that was sick, yo. Netflix is stepping it up lately, but also they kind of suck. It's hit or miss with Netflix. That's your luck.
No, yeah. I've been watching Breaking Bad. It's still on Netflix.
Yes, I mean technically not a Netflix original though.
Yeah, I'm on season 5 finally.
Really? Is that the last season?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then you get to watch the movie.
Gus died, and now they're starting their own operation. And
Gus's death was badass, bro.
Yeah, he just like, even with half of his face blown off, he's still like trying to keep it cool.
Right. Well, that's like because I remember when I first saw the scene. Like back in fucking 2013, I was like, he's still alive?
Yeah.
They still didn't kill him? And then he dies, of course, because he walks out. You don't see half of his head is gone.
Yeah, and then they show it.
But yeah, that was like a moment of like, holy shit, Gus is really like a superhero. And then boom, he's actually dead, which was great.
I can't believe how many times the wife falls in and out of favor with Walt. Like, Walt's constantly like doing badass shit, and then it gets to the point where it's too much and she's like afraid of him, and then he wins her back, and then she's afraid of him, and then it's like, oh my God. So yeah, I mean, I'm ready for this last season to like wrap up so I can watch the movie and then watch Better Call Saul.
I was a big fan of the introduction of Mike Ehrmantraut's character, like right after what's her face chokes on her own vomit and dies.
Yeah.
And like it's because Jesse's bereaved and Mike's just there like, we're gonna have to do this and that. And he's just like, what? Like that's a good character introduction.
No, yeah. What's funny is I just watched I think I watched 2 seasons of Better Call Saul before ever watching Breaking Bad.
You can kind of there is some shit that you need to know from Breaking Bad for Better Call Saul. But it really doesn't culminate till the end of Better Call Saul. So
I haven't. I only remember some of Better Call Saul, and like honestly, I thought what's the bald guy's name? Herman Trout. I really didn't get what was up with his character. So now Better Call Saul is going to make way more sense when I watch it.
He is a really good character. I mean, all the characters are great. Like even Skylar, like it's when you're first watching the season, you don't like her, but then upon rewatches, you realize that she's like the most sane person in the building. Like,
no, yeah, and she kind of ride or dies her way through that relationship. It's crazy. I mean, I don't know what happens at the end, so we'll see. But I still hate the son. Son's a fucking
Son does sort of
F slur.
I don't. He could have worked without him being disabled. You know what I mean? It's just sort of an extra little thing that we got to have him be disabled. But it is nice that actor got some work. You know, like that's probably his that actor. He gets to live the rest of his life off of that check from Breaking Bad, and I doubt he's gonna have a super good film career, you know what I mean? He hasn't had one. He's been in like 2 movies.
Low key, that's depressing. Hitting the apex of your career, just that one time.
No, but when you've been dealt that horrible hand of being seriously physically disabled,
you just take it and say, "Hey, I'm thankful."
That's better than 99% of other people in his position.
Yeah, his odds were so bad.
They were so bad, and then he managed to land a semi reoccurring role on the most popular show of all time. So, God bless him, really.
No, yeah.
But I want to see what else. Because I swear he was in, like, a couple of things post Breaking Bad, but nothing of any real, like, merit. And we can close on this. We're maybe bring up those beats so we can shout them out.
There you go. Loyalty by Lethal Needle, Vengeance by Gato Beats, Replay by Piper Beats, The King by Rias, Mansion Music by Lex Factor, Lunar by Manuel, Real Thing by Katsuro, Akira by Kyoto, and Dusk by Riti Beats. Link in the description for all the stuff.
All right, his name is RJ Mitt. I'm sorry for not knowing your name. That was disrespectful, my guys. All right, let's see if we know any of these.
Oh, he's in a movie recently.
Well, he's in a bunch of... He's in things, but Are they things that we have heard of at all?
The Unseen. That's a perfect title for that movie.
Hey, that's good. They should call it Chairman of the Board. Is it spelled B-O-R-E-D? So far, nothing. I'm still. Granted, he's obviously working.
Yeah,
He's obviously getting some work. Okay, he was in an episode of
Robot Chicken,
but he's playing Walter White Jr. in Robot Chicken.
Oh, so he's like
Doesn't really count. Okay, and then we're back to So nothing that any of us has heard of since Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
Literally. Not a single thing other than Robot Chicken, but he was playing his Breaking Bad character. Now, this is I think his most famous role since Breaking Bad is this movie Triumph, which it's unfortunate that it took place 10 years after Breaking Bad ended because RJ Mitt is playing a fucking high schooler in this movie.
Oh,
we got to watch a little ad here. Yo, IMDb has the worst ads.
Yeah,
I swear to God. Because they're for IMDb. I'm already using your fucking app.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, what the hell? You're going to give me an ad for...
Oh, yeah, he looks like a grown-ass man in this.
Oh, it's playing from my cell phone for some reason.
Oh, it's about him having a disability.
The thing is, he's in his 30s here.
I know, but like they do that with high schoolers all the time in movies. If all the high schoolers look, this guy's not fucking 18. That dude got the jaw of a fucking 32-year-old.
Listen, he's not 18, but that guy could be like 26 or something. This dude is obviously in his 30s.
Yeah.
And I recognize that is a thing that they used to do.
No, yeah, like the fucking High School Musical cast was all like fucking 24.
No, they were older, but that was this was more of a 90s, 80s thing where they would have grown ass men playing high schoolers.
Yeah.
Recently, I think it has shifted more into
No, you're right, because they're
age
trying to give kids jobs,
especially since like I swear in like the late 2000s into the early 2010s, every TV show was about some high school mystery. Like someone got murdered in high school. Ooh.
Oh my God.
Let's close so we can roll right into the damn Patreon.
Okay, yeah.
We already said the beats. So
if you enjoyed this, like and subscribe, leave a comment. Patreon.com/Don't bamfomania. Link in the description.
Who knows? Maybe the Patreon will be the main. We could do that.
We probably shouldn't.
We could.
We could.